Yes, well, good morning. We've lost our original audio again the day after it's rained. So I'm nattering on here about how nice it was to sleep in a shelter after trudging through the rain for hours yesterday. And I slept very well. I was tired. I was tired, man. That was a long day. Even though it was a shorter day, it was a long day. And I'm very happy to be coming outside this morning and seeing that there's some hints of blue sky around. And that the weather forecast is supposed to be pretty decent, knock on wood. Yeah, this is the water source by War Spur. It's just about 30, 40 yards down the AT, heading north, and man, it's a really nice stream and really pretty down here. Once I saw how close it was the previous night, I just kept all my wet gear on and my rain jacket and went down and resupplied my water, just in case it was raining again the next day, and I just didn't feel like doing it again. But yeah, pretty spot. And also up here, as you can see on the top of the screen, there's a footbridge as well, a really nice one. And when I came down the previous evening in the rain, I didn't even notice it. And I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to figure out how to navigate walking through that stream in the morning, but luckily enough. Yes, copious amounts of trees over the trail. Yeah, I think I was saying here that it's nice that people bring up Bibles and crucifixes and put them in the shelters, but man, what would really be useful is a group of people coming up with chainsaws. Because it's this type of stuff, man. God, it slows you down. Because depending on where the stuff falls, there's no way to bushwhack around it. You just got to try and figure out how to go through it. And yeah, if you got one of these more delicate packs, man, it's not worth it, man. You just take the pack off, push it through the gaps, slide your body through, pick up the pack, slide it through the gap, put your body through. Yes. Yeah, we're coming down this trail, and there's a nice little campsite before this footbridge. And there's quite a bit of room in here. It was a nice spot. Put about half a dozen tents in there without too much trouble. But this footbridge is great, man. I've recently done some work adding onto it. I guess before it was just a footbridge without any side rails. But they've added side rails to it, and the whole thing's elevated. And this is what they need on the north side of Damascus, over that stream where the footbridge got washed out 4 years ago. And if they're not gonna rebuild that footbridge after 4 years, then don't call the detour a detour. Just reroute the AT onto the area of trail that's considered a detour now. If you're not going to rebuild the bridge, it just cuts out confusion and needless hassle for people. But that was a nice spot. That was a really nice water source and really easy camping just before it. Yes, this is the trail on the ridge line before you go down to Laurel Creek shelter. And I'm commenting here on how lovely it is to be on a ridge line in Virginia and have trail like this, you know. And I was saying at the time, you know, it would be lovely if all of Virginia's ridge lines were like this, because they'd be known as the state of pleasant trails instead of the state of Whiskey Tango Foxtrot over. Well, as you can see, we've made it to Laurel Creek. Identical design again. But, check it out. Love these things. And I love it when people do clotheslines. What else is really nice? A nice picnic table. Good seating area by the fire pit. And look at that. Look at that. Awesomeness. Yeah, they've been out here. Someone's been out here with a chainsaw, as you should. As you should. Taking care of all these problematic trees. And there's well, that's the privy down there. Which someone looks like they've left the door open. If it has a door, I'll go check. But pretty good tenting around here. It's all through back here as well. The descent, once you come off the ridgeline, coming down to this, takes a little longer than you might think. It turns into a gravel trail. I mean, rubble, with baseball size and dinner plate size rocks. So it takes a little while coming down. But yeah, not bad, not bad. I'll show you the water source if it's close. Man, that's another great water source, man, for the shelter. God, I love it when it's like this. It's about a 30-second walk north down the AT from the shelter. Very easy place to get water from. Of course, now the sucky part is we have to figure out how we're crossing this. Because that's the trail over there. Okay. Yep. I've spent a few minutes trying to think how am I going to get across here without getting my shoes wet. Screw it. Just put the Crocs on. And you just meander over. It is what it is. But I didn't fall in. All my gear's dry. Good stuff. Oh, Lord. So I just passed a couple of southbounders through hikers. And, you know, just being a good neighbor, I let the young lady know, who I came up to first, that, you know, the water's running a little high back there over these two streams. And, you know, probably want to go down to bare feet or water shoes, you know, camp shoes, whatever you've got. And, her immediate response is, oh, well, we're southbounders. It won't be anything that we haven't seen before. Yeah, how about you just say thank you? Yeah, how about you just say, oh, thanks, you know, thanks, cheers. You know, I appreciate the heads up. And, you know, and be on your way. instead of this just complete dismissal. Oh, people. You know, if I get that obnoxious by the time I'm at Northern Virginia, which is the equivalent to what they're at now, if I get that obnoxious and dismissive of people, someone feel free to punch me in the throat, right? Punch me in the throat and they'll be, oh yeah. Sorry, mate. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate the information. Now this is the Virginia that I envisioned. Rock-free, gently sloping pastures. Tell you, man, it's very selective filming from people previously, I'll tell you what. All right. Very pleasant. Well, I've crossed over the road and gone by the little chimney that's listed in the book. And this is the water source down the bottom of the hill. So I'm fully loaded up and it feels like it. And I already drank a bottle as well. So drank a bottle, got 3 bottles full. And I got 9 miles to go to get to the shelter. And I've got a pretty decent uphill to begin with, so well, let's get to it. Now, we're just up from that footbridge, but there's a little stealth side on there. A little path going off the AT. It doesn't look like it's on private property or anything, so it's not too bad. It's a little slopey, but certainly doable. You know, there really is a big-ass oak tree. This is the one listed in the book. It's like 300 years old. 13 feet around trunk. Kaffir oak. He's been around. Very cool. Very cool. Whew. Man, it's a decent incline coming up from that footbridge. We're just on the ridgeline now, and we follow this for a ways. And we drop down to Niday shelter. Depending on what time I get there, I may just have something to eat and push on, just try and get another 3 or 4 miles in for the day. Because I've got, I think, Dragon's Tooth coming up either tomorrow or Thursday, which is, from what I hear, a slow piece of track to navigate, so because it's rocky as hell and quite precarious. So. This is much more pleasant. Yeah, the walk up here, it was switchbacked a little, but most of it, man, you're just snaking a path up a rather steep hill, so
yeah, I'm gonna have a drink of water and get some speed up while we're up here. We've been on this ridgeline for about 15 to 20 minutes, and there's a very handy little campsite here. I'm sure it's got nice views over that rock formation too. You fit probably about 3 or 4 tents in here fairly easily. When you're on a fairly narrow ridge, so I wouldn't want to be up here in really bad weather. Yeah, this is fairly representative of what I've been walking over. I just came through a fairly rocky bit, but not stupid rocky like south of here. Coming up to these power lines. And more suicidal trees. Alright, see you in a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty decent view. Light's not the best at this time of day, but it's a big old valley view right there. And that's what I'm standing on to see it. Alright. This is what I've been walking on for the last 15-20 minutes. Man. And this isn't even the steep stuff. Man, you could fit 2 of my tents here fairly comfortably. And we've just been coming off this rather annoying ridgeline. Well, we're not even off it yet. That's going north. But we've got to be getting damn close to starting the descent down. Had enough of this ridgeline, I tell you. Especially the last half an hour, 40 minutes. And this is just a few meters up. And again, 2-3 person tents comfortably. Except here you're on grass, which I prefer. We're properly into our descent. And yeah, it's been a mixed bag of, you know, fairly standard trail. But then, you know, you're going through rubble fields again. But show you this real quick. It's a nice spring just coming right out of the ground down there. Actually interrupted an extremely plump squirrel having a drink out of there. Yeah, I bumped into a female hiker southbound on that rocky as hell ridgeline. She was having a bad day of it as well, dealing with blisters from walking in the rain yesterday. And I said, well, you're not gonna enjoy what's coming up then. And I asked her about possible camping spots past Niday around where in the book it says there's multiple streams and footbridges. And she said, yeah, she said there are places down there that you could camp. But she said there was like some well, she said like just homeless dudes hanging out down there in a scraggly tent drinking. That kind of drama at the end of the day I don't need, because I'm not going up that hill on the other side of that tonight. That ain't happening. So I'll see how long it takes me to get down to this Niday shelter. And I mean, regardless, I'm going to have my dinner there. Because it's just easier. It's just easier to do it when you've got a flat surface. And see how I feel. I'm actually developing a hot spot in a weird location on the arch of my left foot. And probably from walking at 60-degree angles on these slabs of rock up there. It was like I was in a episode of a 1960s Batman episode. And for those of you who never experienced the wonders of Adam West as Batman on the TV series, yeah, you should YouTube that. That's some good times right there. That's a real campy Batman, man. Oh Lord, yeah, that was funny stuff. But yeah, that's what it felt like. I just felt like I was walking in a diagonal screenshot for like an hour. Alright, let's put the phone away and I'll pick it up again when we get to something interesting. I don't know if this runs all the time, but this has just popped out of the hill right over the trail. So I gotta figure out how I'm navigating around this. Alright, back in a little while. I see we have one more Batman episode ahead of us. Alright, we're here at Niday shelter. And yeah, I'm done. Done, son. Again, standard design. I've got company tonight. We've got stairs going up. Whew. Nice fire pit. Good table. I'll get out of your way here. And there's plenty of tenting around here as well. It's a really nice spot. Whew. Yeah, really nice. Man, give me pine needles any day. Any day. Yeah, my feet are done. That descent coming down here is no joke, man. It is no joke. It's surprisingly steep and rocky. There's more tenting down there. Alright, I'm gonna get some water and get my dinner on. Pepperminty goodness. Yeah, it's so warm today I didn't even heat the water. Should be nice to have them in a cool bath. Worth every 3 ounces.